Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to episode 39 of the Bayou Dragons podcast. We are four guys who like to hunt and fish and drink beer and have a good time. Sitting here this morning alongside Porter at the Texas Trophy Hunters Extravaganza in Fort Worth, Texas. Joining us this morning, we have Robson Pritchett.
Morning,
Rob. And Mr. Steven Civils of Hoot.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
I'm glad I honestly had no clue what their last names were. I've been with y'all all weekend, literally slept in the same house. Sorry I did not know y'all's last names. I've even met y'all's wives and kids. I just call y'all all by first names. What a hoot. What a hoot.
What a hoot, man. Happy to be here with you guys this morning at another Trophy Hunters. If you're tuning in, listening on Spotify, check us out, youtube.com/Bayou Dragons. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. Let's get into it, boys. Had a hell of a weekend so far. It's Sunday morning. Ready to wrap up the Trophy Hunters show, man. You guys, have y'all had a good weekend so far?
Yeah, I think so. We've had a good weekend. You know, this show's great for us. Texas Trophy Hunters has been great for us over the past 2 years of our journey, and we're glad to be here and just network, you know. I mean, I think that's why we're all here, and grow our brand and get that awareness out. So it's been great.
Well, that has been something that's come into play for us and for our relationship. We met here, not in this same building, but last year they did this exact show in Dallas, and we were able to meet here and form a friendship and a relationship, based around our common interest, man. We're hunters, we're fishermen. You guys have a cool product. That's kind of the basis of what we do when we're out here, man. We find cool dudes with cool stuff, and you guys fit that bill, man. Y'all are some solid dudes, and y'all got a kick-ass product.
Yes, I will definitely say y'all have the dopest camo on the line. Matt was telling me about y'all last year. I was like, man, I met these dudes, Hunt Hoot. They're dope. And I was like, okay. Totally just blew it off because I didn't even see the camo until we went up to Canada. And he walks out and I said, what the fuck is that? He's like, dude, this is that Hunt Hoot I was telling you about. I was like, dude, you're an asshole. I want some of that. And he made a phone call and y'all overnighted us 5 sets of Hunt Hoot to wear up there, and I was like, this is the greatest camo.
Man, I can't wait to tell that story, but before we get in too deep, let's talk to you, Steven. Introduce yourself, man. Let's hear a little bit about you and what got you sitting here on the podcast this morning.
So, basically, I'm here because we all founded Hoot. Robson, my father Glenn, and Casey. We were just here being normal guys trying to figure out something that not many others have. We're going back to nature. We're keeping it real. All the patterns that are in the market right now are digital patterns or tree leaves and branches, things like that. So what we've done is we've taken the owl, which is a natural predator, and taken the feathering from the owl and put it on it. So just those little things that if the owl can do it for millions of years, why can't we do this? So that's where we're at. That's where we're at with Hoot, and meeting you guys has just been great. Texas Trophy Hunter Show has been awesome for us. It's been a good weekend, and Hoot had allowed us to meet you guys the first year that we were out here. So it's we've come a long way.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool. People know that we associate. So it's like everybody that's down at our booth is like, oh, I've already checked out Hoot, or I'm about to go check out Hoot, or
yeah.
Then, I'm down here, and they're like, oh, we're going to go hit up the Bayou Dragons now. And they even knew Brooksy. One dude was like, where's Brooks at? I'm like, he's dead.
Yeah, we're buried outside the hills of Terralingua. Yeah. Still got the shovel, baby. But, no, dude, so that is, for me, you guys hooked me up last year when I left the show, and y'all were like, hey, dude, take this set and just battle test it. Try it out. Let us know what you think. Give us what you like about it. Tell us what you don't like about it. Run it through the ringer, and let us know. So hunting down in Southeast Texas last year, our winters are weird down there, man. It stays hot for a long time. So we don't get that cold push until a little bit later. And I'd never had the opportunity early in the season to go out and to wear y'all's stuff. It was just too warm. I'm out there wearing a single long sleeve t-shirt, and my fishing waders, and I'm not insulating a whole lot. So the first opportunity I have to try you guys' stuff out, and obviously way harsher conditions than it's designed for, -20 degrees, was when we went to Canada. And so I'm up there and I'm thinking, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a whack, dude. Let me just try it out, see what it's about. I've been dying to try it out this whole time, you know. So I layer up underneath. I put my stuff on, and I go out there and hunt and talk with the blind the whole morning. You know, everybody's like, you know, talking about how cool it looks, how good it looks, and you know, they're like picking my brain the whole time. How is that, man? What is that like? What do you think about that? You know, and so I'm telling them what I think about it, and then as soon as we leave the blind, I was like, first time getting to try it out, man, I got to call Steven. So I called him, and I was like, hey, man, I said, here's what we're doing, man. We're hunting layout blinds in an alfalfa field covered in snow. It's 0 degrees outside today, and also got wet. Like, I fell in a creek, and up to my knees. I got in and out pretty quick, but didn't get wet. And so I'm telling him all these things. I'm telling him my feedback, and he's like, dude, that's so awesome. And he goes, well, how many guys do you have with you, man? I was like, there's 5 of us. And he goes, how long are y'all there for? I was like, 2 weeks. He goes, all right, send me your sizes. I was like, all of them? He's like, all of them. So I'm like, all right, bet. So we go back to the hotel, and you know, we get breakfast and all that. All right, boys, what size y'all wear? I'm picking through people's jackets. You know, okay, you're large, you're this, that. It's cold. You might want to go up a size, layer up, whatever. And I shit you not, the next day, we show up to the hotel, and there's a giant box on the counter, and it's got my name on it. And I walked up there and grabbed it, brought it back to the room. I was like, y'all come in here. Piled everybody in the room, opened that box up. Steven was like, he told me the day before, he's like, I'm going to overnight you some new shit, man. So hooked everybody in the blind up. We tested it throughout the next 2 weeks, and we gave our feedback to them. And, you know, that's what you guys want, you know, from hunters and all that, to give you guys that feedback. And, you know, but there was very little that I had to say on the negative side of it, man. Especially about the pants, dude. The pants are like my favorite thing ever. It's hard to find a good fitting, like, waterproof pant that looks good and is, especially for like me, it's just like, I'm a tall, skinny dude. It's a good fit, like, all the way through. But I thought that was super cool and said a lot about you guys as a company, how you feel about your product, man. You know, obviously no one's just wanting to give all their stuff away for free, but, you know, the investment of saying, like, hey, let's put this out there with guys that are out there hunting their asses off and see what they think about it, see how they like it, how likely they would recommend it to somebody else, and you know, how it's going to stand up to the test, man.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said battle tested. We're in that battle testing mode right now, man. We're a new camouflage brand trying to develop our pant, jacket, full gear, and it needs to be in the field getting torn apart. And that's what you guys did for us, and man, we're super gracious about that, and we're glad we've hooked up with you guys and building that relationship. You know, that's everything.
Well, y'all have grown too. Like I'm saying, like with all the shit now, like I'm gonna have Hoot gear for teal season now. Like I would wear this out there, like these fishing shirts, the camo fishing shirts and shit like that. I mean, all I had was like the big gear, so I couldn't wear it at home, but I wore it in Lubbock when we went sandhill crane hunting. Worked great. Canada worked great. Fishing, like I was saying, I fish in that shit, and I've been rained on, and I don't get wet, don't get cold.
Yeah, I think we started backwards. You know, we're from Texas. We're all from Texas. It's hot down here, and we started with the coldest gear possible.
Yeah.
Hey,
But you know, we're all learning here. So you know, we battle tested. Last year was our second hunting season in the new pattern, new gear, and worked out pretty good. And this year we're gonna launch the full line. You know, base layer, mid layer, soft shell, and we're bringing it this year. So yeah.
So the set that you sent up to us when we were in Canada, that was the Buho, right?
You got it, yeah.
That looked so incredible in the snow, man. It was super cool because a lot of the stuff we were hunting was, you know, there's corn, there's beet fields. The alfalfa was the cool one, I thought, because it had those greens in it. And, dude, that camo in the snow-covered alfalfa fields was, like, just scary. It was so good. We got some really good pictures, and if you guys follow us, any of our listeners, you guys have seen Hoot Camo, we're going to support them, you know, from here on out. They've got our stamp of approval for damn sure.
oh yeah. How did y'all? I know so there's 4 guys in this deal,
Yep.
and it's y'all 2, your dad, Glenn,
Cocaine Glenn, baby.
and then what's the other dude's name?
Casey.
And he might be here today. Might get to meet him.
Yeah, he should be.
Okay, cool. And Glenn had this idea like a long time ago, or you were the originator, Glenn, with the Hoot.
Yeah, so Glenn, you know, growing up in South Texas, hunting in South Texas, whitetail trophy hunters, but, you know, back in back in the day, we were hunting out of roof racks and vehicles and, coolers of beer. And, we were a little young to partake in those. But remember our dad just going out and quail hunting. And one time we were quail hunting 20-plus years ago. And Glenn said, well, why don't we just make some camo out of this? They're so disguised we can't find half the birds. And so he toyed with that for about 20 years. And about 10 years ago, we were sitting around a campfire in South Texas, and he pitched me on the idea. And he had pitched it for 20 years, and nobody really bid on it. And we're not in the textile industry, for our day jobs. And I was like, I'm a little wet behind the ears still, but let's pin that. I love that. And then a few years back, I reached back out to him. I said, let's go do this thing. This is real. We found Casey that put a pattern together, and I showed it to Glenn. He goes, okay, let's do it. We're bringing Steven in, and here we go. So that was 2 years ago, and headed into our third season, and man, it's just crazy how far the patterns come. And we just released a second pattern, the Sky Tiger pattern. It's more of a late season or dove season, brown pattern. That's one I have on here, and man, we're just really excited to see where we go.
Yeah, it's fun to see people that we interact with growing, in the same way that we are. Haven't seen you guys have made leaps and bounds since, when I met you guys last year, so it's super cool to see the growth there, like I'd like to say that we played a part in that, and that makes me feel good. You know what I mean? Like I like to be a part of that, and, getting to see you guys back out here. And like, even now we room together out here at Trophy Hunters. We got us a little house together. We tore down the town and we had a good time. And so it's like we've made this friendship, we've made this connection, and we're all, in it to grow and to make cooler products and, put something out there into the outdoor industry that, hasn't been hit yet. You know what I mean? And I think you guys have done a really cool job at that in a very interesting way, that it always, I feel like, is going to come back full circle, because nature is the best at like as far as survivability, out in the wild. You've got these natural patterns that animals are depending on, and it's life or death. Yeah. So more often than not, when we get back into the digital patterns and all this and that, and especially the way things are going now with like AI generated shit and all that, it's always going to come back full circle to what's natural. We're going to get to a point, I feel like, where it's going to be overdone, and they're going to be like, it's too much, man. We got to just come back to natural, back to nature.
Yeah. Take it back to nature. That's kind of where we stand by, is like, let's keep it all natural. Let's keep it real and keep it real, baby. Yeah.
Well, that's what I told y'all yesterday. I was like, man, me personally, I hate the digital camo, like patterns and shit like that. Sure, it's fine, but like I don't own a single digital pattern anything. So I was really pumped up whenever I saw some actual good camo. Like, to me, my personal opinion. Yeah, I think a lot of people have that same like mindset too.
Yeah, we have a ton of respect for all the other camouflage in the market, and if we could put our name on the same sheet as those guys, it'd be epic. But we're just four guys trying to grow a boutique camo business, and we all have day jobs and kids and busy life, and but man, what a blessing it is to be partnered up with you guys and our guys, and it's a wild ride.
Yeah, we 100% respect the hustle, man. I mean, we're out here on the road, dude, away from the family, my wife and kids sitting at home. I get it, man. We're out here getting it in, dude, and that's what it takes, man. That's what it takes to grow your brand, to grow your company, and to continue moving forward in that direction. Keep getting W's, keep winning. So yeah, man, that's what it's all about, dude. It's about hustling, and I think that's another thing that drew us to you guys. When we first met, was like, these guys are out here getting it in, dude. So respect that.
If you don't have the fight and hustle in you, you don't need to be running a business.
You don't make it.
Because I go to work all day, I come home, and I work all night. So in between all that time, you have to be with your family and make sure everything's good there, but you also have to work your ass off every single day.
Feel you. It's a never-ending grind. My wife's like, where are you going? I'll be like 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, going to the shop. Got orders to do. Go do that. Okay, what are you doing now? Well, going to the post office, doing this. And then it's like, okay, getting ready for this next show and whatnot. Like this week, go back to work for 3 days, and we're turning around and going right back to San Antonio. Right back. Do another 4 days up there.
Yeah, a lot of people don't see the grind and the hustle that it takes, on the back end, we could be fun and have all these fun videos, but then you got to edit them and you got to do all this stuff, which is that's what I love. That's the grind, that's the grit.
Yeah,
we're in it.
You know, it's good that they don't see that, right? You want to promote that, like, you're out here doing it, and it's, you know, you show them what you want them to see, but the behind the scenes is definitely there's a lot, man. There's a lot that goes into it, man. Yeah. And you know, the social media side of it is, you know, that's where everyone's at. That's where everyone's getting all their information. When we're on the road, I mean, we're posting videos and stuff and whatnot, but dude, drove 6 hours to get here. Drove, you know, all over town. You know, we're hauling our stuff around. We're out of this place. It's madness trying to leave this place. You know, there's a lot that goes into it, man, that, you know, it just doesn't get seen. So, but yeah, it makes it all worthwhile when you can have success at these shows. And something that me and Porter were talking about that makes it worth it for me as well is, like, getting to meet people. I've had so many people come back this year and come and see us, you know, because they wanted to come here and see us and meet us and talk to us. And, you know, we've made some friends out there. And so that's, like, a super satisfying part of it, you know. I love that when people show up and they come to our booth and they talk about Hoot, like, I know then that they've listened to our podcast, that they've watched our videos and all that stuff. And, you know, I treat those people like a friend. I had a guy come up, man, gave me a big old hug yesterday, a dude I met out here last year, and I hooked him up with a hat, you know, and we talked for a little while, and then he went on his way. But those are cool interactions, you know, that you get to have in doing this.
Yeah, the network thing is awesome. You know, we've got a guide program this year. We've got a bunch of outfitters going to rep our gear and just tear it apart in preparation for next season. And, man, the relationships that we've built through you guys and then through the guides, man, this thing's about to take off. And we're here for it. And you guys are here with us, man, and I love that.
Yeah, I love that we're ground zero, basically. You know, y'all, we were one of the first people, and that's why I like being a part of, like, all these different groups, like the animator guy, you know, like,
oh yeah,
I want to be like on the floor with that shit. So if it grows and y'all get fucking huge, it's like, I know those guys.
Yeah.
Like,
and the cool thing about that turning point, right, is that we're in it right now. You know, I relate it to like David Goggins, right? That dude's gonna get old one day. Who's gonna be the next David Goggins? You know what I mean?
Me.
So, like, in our industry, there's these companies that have been doing it forever, and, you know, they've been established for a long time. But there's gonna be a turn, you know, where new companies are gonna come in. They're gonna bring something to the table that hasn't been there, you know, and we're a part of that team. You know, getting to meet and see all these people that are doing it on the come up. You know, we'll be on that, you know, on that wave with you guys whenever Hoot and Animator and all these other cool guys that we've met and we know they're there. You know, it's gonna be big time, dude, no doubt.
Yeah, we're ready for it. But a little more about our stuff. So we got a little bit of a fishing line. We got fishing and hunting. Obviously, all the camo is rolling, and we'll have the full kits this year. And then our fishing line, we do a lot of outfit a bunch of saltwater fishermen, and we're in a bunch of tournaments and stuff, and wrapped a boat this year. So it's kind of fun to see both sides and how they mesh, but also it's very vastly different. And so it's just interesting to learn about both networks and industries. And man, this hunting one it's intense.
Yeah, people are passionate, man. I mean, especially now in the climate of things, you know. And I don't know, you know, I don't do a whole ton of research over it, but I know that there are some things getting infringed on, man, firing people up, you know. People want to hunt. People want to conserve what we've got going on. They want to be able to go out there and hunt, you know. So it takes passion to be in this industry, you know, and to have been raised on this, you know, something that's ingrained in us, you know. I don't know very many people that hunt that it's not because their daddy taught them or, you know, an important male role model in their life, you know, implemented that for them. So, you know, it's something that we hold, like, near and dear to us, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. That's one thing we're going to try to be better at this year is just being involved in the political aspect of it, taking a stand for certain things in the hunting world. I know something just recently passed about bow hunting on riverbanks and stuff. And
It's
like, you know, these things happen without any of us knowing about it, and then we just get fired up after. Well, how do we get in front of that? And it's going to take some big brands coming in and throwing some money at some people to, you know, go talk to our representatives, and, you know, we're going to be a part of that because we want to hunt and want our kids to hunt and want this thing to last forever.
And you do got something that's going to last forever. I definitely think it's too cool not to. Where can and just go ahead and plug this, like, y'all are on all social media, and it's Is it just Hoot Camo or Hunt Hoot Camo?
Yeah, so Facebook is Hunt Hoot. So we started as Hunt Hoot, and just recently made the switch to Hoot Camo on Instagram, and then HuntHoot.com. So we're full board.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully, to our listeners, y'all aren't picking a lot of this up, but it's hard to imagine you wouldn't be. We're sitting here this morning, and they're going off on the loudspeakers.
Oh, yeah.
We missed, shortly there will be a national anthem, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Do the national anthem on the...
Oh, we're in prayer right now, boys.
God, all of the people that have come through the show floor, God, we know that it's been good for so many vendors, and we just pray that today would be another great day for everybody. God, we pray that you would keep people safe, and that it would be fun. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
At the national anthem.
Good morning, everyone.
Well, shortly, listeners, we will be
I don't know what's about to happen.
We will be making a pause for the national anthem, and we will not be editing that out.
Nope.
You will be here with us. But yeah, this is the way it is out on the road, boys. Y'all get a little peek of that.
The thing is, too, like, it sounds really loud to us, but it's not picking up that much in the mic.
These mics do it a lot for it.
Our attendees that walk through, and you wait till 5:01.
5:01.
You will also be receiving a notice on your booth.
We're getting the whole spill. Y'all are getting the spill. Y'all are with us at Texas Trophy Hunters Fort Worth right now.
Welcome, viewers and listeners.
Go to the information booth, and we're happy to answer any of those questions that you may have. I wish you guys a great Sunday. We're going to finish this off strong, and then if you are in San Antonio, we're going to have a great show there also. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine.
Here we go, national
the
anthem, boys.
national anthem. Y'all get to see this shit, too.
Thank you.
I'm going to go on record and say that was probably the first time anyone's ever done the national anthem on a podcast live.
We'll have to look into that.
That got me fired up.
I am fired up,
I
dude.
think I got chills.
I feel like I'm at a football game right now, and I'm about to go sell my soul over there. Dude, I'm going to freaking sell the shit out of some hats today.
Get it.
I hope that got the viewers fired up like it did for us, man.
Heck
That-
yeah.
But that was cool. That was actually very cool. That's authentic. We're not
Yeah,
clipping
man.
none of that shit out either.
And we love trophy hunters, dude. They have a very cool little dynamic that they do. It's hard, like these different expo centers and different places. You know, the staff acts differently, but trophy hunters is great once we're here, once we're set up and established about doing cool stuff like that. You know,
Super personable as well. I mean, they're checking on us. They want us to be successful, and they want this show to be the best it could be. So shout out to Texas Trophy Hunters Association.
It's good to have it back in Fort Worth this year, too.
Yes, yeah, that's what everybody was talking about. Like, they're glad they're back in Fort Worth. They even did a Sunday sermon this morning.
yeah,
Like,
they do that every week, man. They do
That's-
that every week.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Super cool. But hell yeah. So
Going back to the testing of the gear,
Talking to the mic, boy.
Going back to the testing of the gear, being up north using the gear, being such a new company, that's exactly what we needed. We needed you guys to get out there, get wet in it, roll around in the snow. I mean, you can't get a better look at your gear without it being in the field, truly getting used.
Yeah, battle test it, and that goes for anybody that buys anything from us. Is like, look, go tear it up and call us, man.
Let us
Tell
know what's
how-
wrong. I mean,
Did you guys get a chance to watch?
the fuzzy pockets that you were telling me about.
Hey, I mean, what am I even wearing right now, dude? This is
Keep your
sick.
hands warm.
Oh,
in your
that's
pockets.
gangster.
This is cold.
Yeah, that was like the one. That was like the only thing like that we said, and it wasn't even like a negative. Like I was like, I don't need it. It's just nice.
Yeah, the little things.
What's up, Rance? Rance May. Good
Hey,
morning,
Rance.
brother.
You look great, man.
The cash box is in there,
The gang's all here.
and the iPad and squares over there.
So yeah, as we talked about, you guys are getting a look behind the scenes a little bit. Oh, that's good stuff, man. But yeah, did you guys get a chance to watch any of the videos that we put out from Canada?
Yeah, I run our social media, and I try not to steal too much of it, but I can't help it.
Dude, you can use whatever.
No,
you
no,
want.
we want you to.
Yeah,
no,
like,
use all of
that
it.
helps us too. Like,
Let me tell y'all, we had some FOMO, really, because we wanted to be up there with you guys, and we're going to make a trip soon, but we watched all the videos, and they're incredible, and seeing our gear just in that type of environment is really, it's encouraging for us.
hell yeah. How we doing on time, Matt?
And we're good.
Okay.
We're solid. We got a couple more minutes.
I'm not used to not seeing the time, so it gets me all. I'm like, oh god. But yeah, no. I just want to make sure that you got out whenever they were talking on the loudspeaker. You said hunthoot.com.
Hunthoot.com, yes, sir.
Hunthoot.com. Y'all can order it. Y'all ship everywhere. I mean,
Let me tell you guys, for all of y'all listening, man, they talked about the show now being in Fort Worth, as it usually is, and they were in Dallas last year. This is definitely a place for Porter. Porter is in his prime here in Fort Worth, Texas. We've been out, we've been about, and Porter has definitely been enjoying himself out here.
I think we all have, and I was really glad. So whenever Matt and Mitch told me about y'all guys like last year, and I was like, they're like, man, they're super freaking cool. They're real personable, everything. And I was like, yeah, but I want to see for myself. So I was like, when I met y'all, I was like, I hope these guys aren't squares. Like me and Rance were talking about it. And then we met, and I was like, oh, these my motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying, dude? Gang, dude. We're cool. And I was like, yeah, these guys I can jive with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No doubt.
I think having the house together, just building that relationship has been great. Wish Mitch was here.
Yeah,
And
me too,
Tanner.
man.
But,
Me too.
We'll come down and see you guys for maybe some teal season and get into some trouble.
Oh,
yeah, I got a call yesterday about getting some hunts. Come out there and wants us to film, so maybe we could work something out that way.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
I'm just excited to run my dog this year, dude. My dog's off at the trainer right now. I worked her for about 6 months, and then I sent her off, and man, I'm super pumped about that.
So new kid, new dog. It's go time, baby.
I just need like a new truck and a new house and a new shotgun. Whoever wants to plug me on that, man.
Yeah. Hey, Benelli. No.
They should. They use our audios on Instagram all the time.
Dude, it pops up on Instagram. It says Benelli used your audio. Benelli used your audio. It's like, hey, bro, just
Like,
go
what's
ahead.
up, Benelli?
Yeah.
All of our phones are going to have Benelli ads right now.
Yeah, when we leave here, it's going to be like, have you seen this new Benelli shotgun?
Yeah, and then I'll end up dropping $3,000 on something probably. I get home, my wife just kills me.
They deserved it.
They make great guns. That's what I shoot.
So
Anywho, so what are you guys excited about for going forward? I know y'all are going to keep it pushing. It's cool to see every time, and this is only the second time, but seeing you guys out at these shows, you have your products, your kind of flagship stuff that you've gotten out there, and then every year there's always one or two things that there's one of them on the rack. And like what I'm wearing right now, the stuff that you guys have out that y'all are like, hey, we're getting ready to release this. You guys, what do y'all got in the works, man?
Well, in the clothing industry, you have to keep changing. You got to keep changing with the times, and people want something different. I feel like every other day somebody wants something else or something different. So we're trying to play into everything and capture something that everyone enjoys.
Yeah, looking to the future, what we're excited about this year is just having the full kit, right? Last year we had the cold gear, and had the cold gear and a kind of a lightweight pullover. This year we're going to have it all. So that's a big step for us. There's a lot of SKUs. Everybody fits everything. Everybody likes something different. Every region's a little bit colder or warmer. So having a lightweight pant, having having our cold gear, and just having a full system is really exciting for us. And then we've got some other stuff, just some fun polo stuff coming out, some fishing button-ups and whatnot. So we're pushing the limits, really, kind of low quantities, but just trying to see what works and let's push this thing.
Yeah, what you guys have this year is, I've noticed, something I can wear just about any time. I can wear it when it's hot. I can wear it when it's cold. I can wear it when it's cool. I can do whatever. You guys have filled all the gaps, and as far as, going from light to heavy weight. So it's cool, man. It's exciting. Some of the other stuff we haven't talked about is just y'all's casual wear, man. It's sweet. Y'all got some good-looking stuff out here.
Yeah. It's brand awareness is big in the hunting market. People are very loyal to their brands in the camouflage market, and we've got to have it all to get the conversion, right? You gotta convert them over to Hoot, because that's what they want. They want all of one type,
right?
One brand.
Yeah, you're not a guy who has Sitka and Kuyu in your closet, or Mossy Oak and Realtree in your closet. You got one product, or every product of one brand.
That's right.
Yeah.
Totally different in fishing. Fishing, they're not as loyal to the brand as whatever's cool. Hunting, it's definitely brand loyalty. So that's one thing we learned this past year is, like, look, we've got to really bring the heat and give them everything, because that's what it's going to take.
Yeah.
Bring the
You can't
heat,
just have a
bring the
jacket.
Hoot.
You have the pants and the jacket and the base layer and everything to match it.
Yeah.
So Hoot it out.
Hoot it out, man. You guys have a really sick logo. Y'all's logo is badass. That was the first thing I noticed about when I met you guys last year, was how cool y'all's logo was.
Yeah, it's funny. Everybody has their little part in this business and what they came up with, and all the credit on the logo goes to Casey. And then we had some, playing with the name. Hoot came about, 4-letter word, and it's just kind of catchy. What a hoot!
Yeah.
And we ran with it. But the logo, it's all Casey. Casey's the mastermind behind all the designs and the camouflage, and he's a big part of this business. And we're excited for him to be joining us today.
All right, so Casey's coming out today.
He's coming out today.
Did I meet him last year? I don't think I did.
I don't think he worked last year.
He was out there one day.
Every day,
I've seen his photos. I've
We
seen his
switch
photos.
off.
Yeah, I'm excited to meet him, man.
Yeah.
Excited to meet him. He was the first photo I saw when I went online and looked at y'all's. Was the Sky Tiger?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool ass name in itself too.
Yeah,
Sky Tiger.
I've never thought about naming like items of clothing.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah.
We talk about the names, and the buho, the original, it's Spanish for owl, and then Sky Tiger. The owls are considered the tiger of the sky. So we just kind of fun names. So
That just hits you right in the face. Sky Tiger.
Sky Tiger. That's what I'm gonna call myself. Like, I'm gonna go home and be like, I'm Sky Tiger now.
El Martillo,
El
the
Martillo.
Hammer. Shout out Jim Adler. Anyways,
Yeah, that lives out here.
so yeah, well, we're doors are opening here this morning at Texas Trophy Hunters in Fort Worth. By the time you listen to this, we will be long gone. I will hopefully be at home, sleeping in my own bed next to a beautiful woman.
amen to that.
Hopefully
Thank
I'll
you
be on the
guys,
couch. No.
Thank you guys for coming out and getting on this little snippet of an episode. Ideally we'd like to sit here and bullshit and drink beer and go a little bit longer, but this is the way of the shows, man. This is the way.
Yeah, keep it PC on Sunday morning.
That's right.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you to the Bayou Dragon team. You guys have been awesome to us, constantly creating content and pushing our name. We can't thank you guys enough.
Well, y'all make it easy, man. Like I told a gentleman that we met last week and worked with, you're really solid dudes. You got a kick-ass product, man. That's all it takes. We want this friendship. We want this relationship, and whatever we can do to make that happen and facilitate the growth of your business, man, we're all about it.
I love it, man. Thank you
All
guys.
about it. So thank you guys for tuning in. Check us out on YouTube, Bayou Dragons, youtube.com/Bayou Dragons. Porter, you got anything else?
No, let's go make some money.
Let's go make some money. Have a good show.